Hey there, just want to do a little blab about car turn signals, modern car turn signals, and what manufacturers, and I think it's the law, requires certain specification for turn signals. Like you can't, the turn signal has to be part of the body. It can't be part of the any door or trunk hatch, which makes sense if someone's carrying something and they leave the door open. They have to still be able to see the turn signals. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it does force manufacturers to put the turn signal in a smaller space. And on the rear, it's not so bad because you can see the difference between a light that's illuminated and then a flashing light. Where the front headlights, though, the headlights are quite bright, and even daytime running lights are quite bright. And often manufacturers house the signal lamp in the same area, right next to the light. So when someone is making a turn and you're oncoming and you're looking at the front of the car, it's hard to see. A lot of these cars, you can't tell. The guy's barely got his front signal on. And it's worse as the car gets older. And especially when someone changes their headlight bulb, they put an aftermarket bulb in there and they use one of those cheap white lights, which I believe are illegal, and I wish they would not use those. And it's impossible to see the guy, the front turn signal. So you're oncoming somebody, and the guy's trying to make a left turn, oncoming toward you. And you can't tell if that guy's turning left. I think that's a big problem. People think he's going straight. In fact, he's turning left. Or it just creates this whole idea that, people don't need to really use the turn signals. You can't see them anyways. So that guy's turning left in front of me. He's not using his turn signals, or I can't see it. So why should I? That's the path that it leads down. Now, so the solution is manufacturers should either have to have the turn signal on the mirrors, which I don't personally like the style of that, but or on the away from the headlight, whether it be on the fender or on the bumper, just a little distance away from the headlight or the daytime running light. The turn signal should be separated, and it should be clear that person has their signal on. Like, I'm coming up to a car right now here. This lady's got her turn signal on. Her headlights are all faded. It's an old car, and people don't, maintain their appearance of their car. They don't polish the headlights. It gets all faded. It's very hard to see the front turn signal. So that's my little blab on the front turn signals. I think it's worse in Canada because people use the daytime running lights so much, and manufacturers are cheaping out, and they try to use it all in one housing, and they use the smallest possible lighting to put that turn signal in, and they're just going by what the government says. And these people in government, you got to think how are they? What's their confidence? Are they able to understand these things? And obviously they don't. For example, the National Highway Transportation Safety Institute several years ago had Toyota up against the wall, accusing them of this unintended acceleration. they had a fellow in there who was leading the transportation agency, which he didn't understand the simple laws of physics. He took statistics and took the Toyota Prius and said, oh, that has 10 times or 15 times more unintended acceleration. So therefore, that car must be faulty. That company is making a faulty car. So I'm just going through a tunnel right here, so it's kind of dark. But in fact, it was caused by old people driving that car. Most of the people who drive a Prius are over 60 years old, and people over 60 years old are like 40 times more likely to report unintended acceleration. And that's the Toyota Prius customer. And this guy, I think his name is Ray LaHood, I think it was. He couldn't understand that simple fact. And this guy is the leader of the Department of Transportation, and I think he was an ex-school teacher, and simple understanding of how something worked, and they couldn't do that. So something like a turn signal, no way they're gonna understand that. And that's just my one little area of my little blab here, and I'll continue to make these videos as they come to my mind. Once again, thank you for watching, and hopefully this video gets around and that something changes, because that's a irritating thing for me. If you have anything irritating or bugging you, make a comment, and maybe I'll make a comment on what that is. I really would appreciate it, and love to hear from all you all. Thank you.